What is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It is Tuesday, February 11th, the go home show into NXT Vengeance Day. And this is going to be a super newsworthy edition of this NXT podcast because we had a big moment go down on the show, which is the big thing that most likely everybody here wants to talk about. And that is the official debut of Ricky Starks in WWE. So before we get into that, thank you so much to everybody who's hopping into the show. I will be joined by my co-host Chinedu in just a couple of moments, but I wanted to go ahead and get started because there's a lot that went down. Not only are we more excited, at least I think, about the future of the men's division on NXT with somebody like Ricky Starks, but it feels like there's a new sort of electricity in the building because if you've seen Ricky Starks in AEW, I think you guys know a little bit of what you might be able to expect from the guy. However, if you haven't seen Ricky Starks just yet, if maybe you aren't somebody who has watched AEW and you really have no idea what to expect, I felt like today's little introduction into Ricky Starks showed exactly the big thing about Starks, and that is that the dude has a lot of charisma. Ricky Starks goes out there and commands a lot of attention, and we're going to break down what he did in AEW, what went down with him in AEW, and why we're now seeing him here on NXT. So let's get to it. I want to kick things off with our super chats and see what you, the people, are saying about Ricky Stark's debut. So we got Dave Jordan, by the way, who just became a brand new member of the DWO. Welcome, Dave. We got Sheldon Jackson, who says WWE NXT is now absolute, and I love it. We now have a legitimate guy in NXT who can eventually dethrone Oba for the NXT title. I love that this is mentioned right off the bat because we were all thinking it. We have had this discussion, myself, Chinedu, and the chat almost every single week, in that there was nobody on the men's division at this moment that isn't named Trick Williams that we thought or Ethan Page, who's also a former NXT champion. There wasn't really anybody on the men's side of things that we could have honestly said, yeah, you know what? I definitely see this guy dethroning Oba Femi. And it felt like an issue, right? It felt like an issue because not only did it look like Oba Femi didn't have any challengers, but he also didn't have anybody that you thought could really sell a hot ticket, right? You know, your Rock to your Austin to your Rock. There really wasn't anybody that could even come close to that for Oba Femi at the moment. And we didn't want to see that because we want to see Oba Femi obviously have, you know, these big people to face on the show. So now we do got some more main event players, and one of them is Ricky Starks, because Ricky Starks can not only be a challenger to Oba Femi, but he can also, I think it's safe to say, he's going to be an NXT champion very damn soon. In fact, I'm expecting him to be a champion immediately after Oba Femi. And damn, all right, we're gonna get more into that. We got Arnold Nicholson Jr., who says, for my guy Chinedu, I'm gonna have to circle back to this one, Arnold, because Chinedu's not here. I actually don't know where Chinedu is at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see. I sent him the link, so I hope he's okay, but I don't know where he's at the moment, but I'll come back to your super chat on that. We got Sheldon Jackson, who says, off subject, congrats to Hiroki Goto for beating Zack Sabre Jr. and becoming IWGP World Champion and capturing the title he's been chasing since 2008. Also to Naito and Hiromu for beating the Bucks to become IWGP Tag Team Champions. Sheldon Jackson, thank you so much for the update and for the super chat. We got John Taylor here, who says, one word, absolute. Ryan Adams says, good news, Ricky Starks in NXT. Bad news, I got COVID. Damn, Ryan. Well, at least now you have an excuse to stay in bed and maybe check out some Ricky Starks matches or something. Alrighty, guys. Chinedu, where were you?
I was changing a diaper?
Oh, get out of here. Chinedu. All right, let me finish reading the super chats and then we'll get right into the big news, of course. All right, so we got Matt Logan here who says, Izzy, another NXT blonde helps turn on the family. A pretty interesting ending to NXT, but primarily everything else that happened on the show was completely overshadowed by Ricky Starks. We got Jason X Cross who says, Ricky Starks, if he can stay healthy, is going to be the guy in NXT. Mind you, Ricky Starks has been cleared this entire time, guys. I know that he was out for a certain amount of time in AEW due to a neck injury. However, he was back and cleared for a good amount of time. And he just wasn't on TV. But I do think that he can stay healthy, just given the fact that he has been staying healthy for the most part. Of course, he hadn't been wrestling that often, but yeah, definitely thinking that he's going to be a big player in NXT. We got Jay Stone here who says Ricky Starks debuting, followed by Tony D main eventing against Ridge Holland is nasty work. That's why I said nobody is even thinking about that main event, even though they had a fun little angle at the end for that story. The people here want to talk about Ricky Starks. We got Luis Arturo Mendez who says NXT just got absolute. Stephen Marchuli says NXT just got the dude absolute. Christopher Marino says Bayley versus Cora versus Roxanne for the NXT title should be good. Oh, wait, is Julia in this match? Not based on today's episode. Terrible. We'll get to the women's stuff in just a second. Terrence Johnson says, looks like a new faction is debuting on Saturday. That's been teased for a minute, so expecting to see that on Saturday. And then Will Chisholm says, Ricky Starks, a.k.a. Stroke Daddy, is NXT. So let's get to it, Chinedu. So I was just kind of teasing, talking a little bit about what Ricky Starks is going to be bringing to the table here on NXT. The dude already in this 2-minute promo showed the big thing, and that is that he's a very charismatic fella. But Chin, I do want to get your reaction first and foremost to Ricky Starks making his NXT debut.
Well, first and foremost, my apologies for being late. I really was getting my kids together. We getting ready for bed and all that. One of my kids had a late start. My daughter made straight. My daughter made A in math, so we were celebrating. We would turn up a little bit. I was trying to let them a little bit, have a good time. But I'd put my kids to bed. I'm here. I'm very excited about this episode of NXT. Ricky Starks stole the show, hands down. I'm very excited about his debut. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've been wanting Ricky Starks in WWE for over a year and a half now. Ever since him and Edge had that weird promo that one time, I was like, yeah, he gotta get out of there, man. You remember that?
Yes, that was not one of my favorite Ricky Starks moments. It wasn't even Ricky Starks. I personally felt that Adam Copeland sort of reacted a little bit too much, because all Ricky Starks did was call him Bug Eyes.
Yeah. That was it.
Ricky Starks, I'm trying to remember the promo. I haven't seen it since the time it actually happened. But Ricky Starks essentially called Adam Copeland Bug Eyes. And then Adam Copeland just went off telling him oh, you're just a cheap version of The Rock or whatever it is that he said. But he tried to make Ricky Starks look bad by being like The Rock, which was funny because at this time, around this time, if I'm not mistaken, the people have been shitting on Ricky Starks for being similar to The Rock or being like The Rock for a very long time. However, when people made these references about LA Knight being similar to The Rock, it was seen more so as a positive, but Ricky Starks being compared to The Rock was seen as a negative. And I remember going, what? Well, come on now. Ricky Starks is his own person. Yes, he may have shades of The Rock, but I still feel like he is who he still feels like Ricky Starks. He still feels like his own identity, his own version of who he is, Ricky Starks.
I agree. I feel like they literally just have the same shade. Literally the same shade. That's how I think Phil, my mind, they have the same shade. But everything else about his promo style, his entering, it's very different from The Rock. I always felt that way. So when he went off, I was like, Edge, chill out, bro. You just got here, bro. Chill out. Why are you so mad? I was like, why you just destroy Ricky like that, man? Like, dang, he's supposed to be TNT champion in 3 weeks. Why you doing like that, bro? But
that wasn't my favorite bit from that. No, but Chin, so you were in that moment. That's when you were like, "Oh, I want to see Ricky Starks in WWE." For me, it wasn't necessarily that I wanted to see Ricky Starks in WWE because when he was in AEW, whenever he did have matches or feuds or anything, he was knocking it out of the park. I know that a lot of people here, I don't know how many of you guys have heard my AEW conversations and how many of you guys are just primarily NXT or WWE viewers, but here's the thing about Ricky Starks. When Ricky Starks was, whether it was on Dynamite or Collision or any of that, Ricky Starks was delivering. I remember consistently putting over that feud that he was having with CM Punk in Collision. That was the pretty much one of the last things that CM Punk did on Collision was feud with Ricky Starks. And that feud I loved because one, CM Punk was making Ricky Starks in that moment. He was showing, he was helping elevate him, Chinedu, to the point where this was one of the first times that you were really seeing Ricky Starks just like be up there with one of the top guys in pro wrestling, period. And that was CM Punk. And so to see Ricky Starks go head to head with CM Punk, that was my favorite thing during that time. During that time of AEW, was my favorite story, my favorite feud, because I felt like it was truly elevating Ricky Starks. Unfortunately, because CM Punk, was let go by AEW and shit went down, that's a different story for a different time. We weren't able to fully complete the story with Ricky Starks and CM Punk, but they were able to do a whole lot. And so that was great. The other thing that followed immediately after that was at least 2 matches for sure that he had with Bryan Danielson, one of them being a strap match. And that ended up being my favorite stuff that we ever saw from Ricky Starks on AEW. The work that he did with Bryan Danielson, wrestling-wise, was fantastic. And I remember thinking at that time, if Ricky Starks, I remember thinking at that time that I actually wanted Ricky Starks because it was during the pay-per-view. Yes, AEW All Out 2023, Bryan Danielson defeated Ricky Starks. I remember thinking during this match that Ricky Starks should have defeated Bryan Danielson. And then afterwards, they had the match on Collision, which was a Texas death match. And then Ricky Starks lost to Bryan Danielson again. I wanted Ricky Starks to come to be the winner in one of those matches because I thought at that point that was the moment to launch a new guy into the atmosphere of AEW stars, right? Into the top realm of AEW stars. I thought that after that feud, that should have been Ricky Starks. And unfortunately, what I thought was going to be the feud that propelled Ricky Starks' career, it ended up being like the peak at that point because after that, he basically got into a tag team with Big Bill, and it didn't really feel like there was much passion in there, Chinedu, in that. And so from there, it kind of just went downhill. And then we hadn't seen Ricky Starks wrestle on AEW television since March 30th, 2024, which was a match on AEW Collision, a tag team match at that. And not to be completely long-winded, Chinedu, because I do want your thoughts in a second. Love the work that he did with MJF as well. I want to make sure that I throw that out there. So, Chin, what did you think about what you did see from Ricky Starks in AEW, and what are you expecting from him on the NXT side of things?
Well, before I get into that, not talk too long though, but round of applause for Denise on that AEW knowledge off the dome, y'all. She looked up one fact in that promo. She looked up one factoid, okay? Just one minorly. She knew all that off the dome, y'all, okay? Shout out to Denise and shout out to all the super chats that I saw before. When I was coming in here, I saw a huge influx of super chats coming in. Shout out to all you guys on this dope night. We appreciate that. You guys are a big part of the channel, so keep those coming in. Also, back to my thoughts, I want to say that at AEW, I really felt, and contrary to, I complain about them a lot, though, but I do watch AEW, guys. I love pro wrestling. I do want them to succeed. I want them to win, though, because they got people over there that, I'm fans of, that they're getting work. They work there, salaries and everything like that. So I appreciate Tony for doing that. But I'm critical of it, and here's why. Like in AEW, I felt like he had start, stop. He would get himself hot. Like the Acclaimed, I felt like he would get himself over. And then I think like they would kind of, oh yeah, he's here, because there's so many people over there. It's a really big roster, and it's an abnormally large roster, y'all, for a wrestling company. Not that I want nobody to lose their job, nothing like that though. But like you have a Keith Lee there, you have a Dante Martin there, you have a hologram there, you have freaking John Moxley there. Then you got Ricky Starks. That's right, him. Oh yeah, we got which call over here? Sammy Guevara's over here. Oh yeah, we got such. It's like it's all these people. It's so much though. So he was always lost and afraid of me, and I used to really hate that because he stood out to me so much on that mic because that mic was so powerful for him. He did a great job on it, and I feel that he got done dirty after the Punk feud, like you said, because the crowd was reacting to that feud. They were really reacting to that. That's that feud. To that feud. They were really reacting to the feud with him, and I was hoping he would get over on Bryan Danielson at least one time. But it just kind of got lost in the shuffle. He ended up with Big Bill. Big Bill is Big Cass for those that don't watch AEW. That's Big Cass in AEW. And it's just he didn't belong in a tag team. He's a singles guy. He's a single star. And I felt like he should get a fresh start somewhere else. And I'm happy he's here in NXT. And I still feel that I believe in the multiverse, right? I think in Earth 78, where AEW, in my opinion, was done right, somewhere in there is an all-out pay-per-view where a heel popular Ricky Starks is going to challenge the world champion Darby Allin for the title. I feel that should have happened somewhere in this timeline, but it didn't. But I feel that should have happened somewhere in AEW, though. But regardless, he's here. Me and Denise have been talking about we need more guys on this show because the women are running it, and they need some guys to kind of make this roster look like it's something serious, and I think they just did. I'm very happy.
No, they really, really did. And here's the funny part is that we're sitting here and we're like, oh my God, Ricky Starks is here. I think like, for the most part, right, in what was it, yesterday, the news came out like, okay, Ricky Starks has been removed from the AEW roster. I mean, God, I was just talking about this on the Raw post show last night. And it was the whole situation of, okay, Ricky Starks has been removed from the roster. That usually means, all right, this person's on their way out. And then shortly thereafter, PW Insider reported, hey, Ricky Starks is done with AEW and he's free to go and he can pretty much show up anywhere. He's good to go at any moment he wants. He's 100% cleared to go, right? And I remember thinking, okay, well, we're expecting to see him in WWE. Let's not forget the time that Ricky Starks appeared backstage with Cody Rhodes. Still don't know why whoever leaked that photo had to snitch on him. We don't like snitches around here, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. But the point is that we know that Ricky Starks obviously has a friendship with Cody Rhodes. It dates back to their time in AEW and whatnot. But we already knew, like, even without the Cody Rhodes, connection, we already knew that Ricky Starks had enough talent and merit to get himself to WWE, right? Especially after the more notoriety that he got during his time in AEW. And so we were expecting Ricky Starks. We just weren't specifically expecting him here today. When I looked at him, like my face recognized Ricky Starks, but my mind was like, wait a minute, what? Like, what do you mean Ricky Starks is here, right now? This was done so fast, but I love this, Chin, because pro wrestling is a very competitive world, all right? We're constantly fighting for ratings, for eyeballs, for attention, for buzz, for news, etc. And also the landscape when it comes to like free agency, of course, in the United States, the big ones are AEW and WWE. With all of that being said, Chin, we don't got time to move at a snail's pace. We don't got time to move like sloths. We need to make things happen fast because right now, what you did this Saturday, you got 2 shows happening. You got AEW Grand Slam, Australia happening. You got NXT Vengeance Day. And for this particular show, now there is more, I'm assuming now, going to be more people not only talking about NXT because of Ricky Starks and the buzz that they're getting right now, but also perfect timing for their upcoming PLE NXT Vengeance Day. And now there's probably people here that were probably like, oh shit, NXT is having a PLE this Saturday. Well, now you know, and Chinedu, it happens every time. You have no idea how many times I will be sitting here doing a prediction show or a watch along, and people will come in and be like, oh shit, I didn't know there was an NXT PLE today. It's not, obviously not as, it doesn't have as much attention as your Royal Rumbles and all of that, right? So
right.
What I'm saying is that I'm so glad that they moved fast and they made this happen as quick as they did, because you don't need to wait around for shit to happen. Like, you need to make shit happen, and that's what they did right now. And now we're celebrating because we got someone to be interested in, aside from, like, Obafemi and Trick Williams and some of our favorites on the men's division.
I agree. They move super fast with this, and I like that. In this wrestling business, like, if you're not first, you're last, and that's really how it goes. When Ricky Starks first appeared on the screen, I still didn't process it. I was like, did Wesley change his hair again? What is he? What is that? Is he a Jerry curl now? What are you doing, Wes? What are they doing to him? But I was like, oh, that's not Wes. Ricky Stark. I was like, that. Wait. Like, and they made me. I was like, oh crap, he's here. And so I was happy to see it. It made everything feel unexpected. I feel right now, like the way the NXT roster is, it's perfect, a perfect time for an influx rush of people from other companies, TNA, AEW. If I'm those guys, I'm excited, because here's a WWE show where, like, the men's division is more or less wide open right now. Trick Williams is on his way out, in my opinion. He's about to get, to me, I feel he's wrapping up this and he'll be up there. Roxanne's pretty much gone too. Same way, on the same level with them. Like, they're gone. You need new guys. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are not going to be the new guys on there. They're there to help Oba get over or whatever. So they need new guys in there. And Ricky Starks, I feel, is one of the guys to come in there. Maybe we'll see a Malachi. No, I'm sorry, Aleister Black. Maybe he'll pop up too. You never know. Maybe Rusev will come back too, because he was in that list as well too, though. But right now, Ricky Starks did a great job. I thought his promo was really good. I felt like he could have gone way harder, though, but I felt like they told him not to, in my opinion. I felt they say, hey, come on out and do your stuff, do a little something here, save the rest for later. So I felt like they did a great job with him. I'm just so excited. To me, I want him straight in the world title picture. I want a North American title run. I don't got nope. Straight to the top. Let's go, Starks.
Yes, and that's your guy too, Obafemi. That's your guy. You're always rooting for him. But this is what we want. These are the hot programs that we want. That I thought it was interesting too that Ricky Starks' promo was also just within the crowd. Like, he didn't actually go to the ring. And I'm thinking, okay, so maybe, like you said, like, you maybe thought that they held back a little bit. Maybe that's because we're gonna get maybe an actual full-on promo, whether it happens at Vengeance Day or it happens on the next episode of NXT. Regardless, it looks like it'll happen at some point, right? Because I remember that awesome promo when Ethan Page came in and he had the floor. I love the promo that he cut, so I do hope we get to see Ricky Starks shine in that department, because he's really good at promos. Like, that's one of the things he's really, really good at. I keep saying it, and I'll say it again. He's got a shit ton of charisma, guys, and it's going to come through very nicely. And so with that being said, also last bits on Ricky Starks too, before we get into the super chats, is that, it's unfortunate, whatever it is that went down with Ricky Starks and AEW. Maybe at some point the full story will come out. Of course, it'll always be he said, she said. I'm sure AEW is going to see it one way and Ricky Starks is going to see it a whole other way. But we know that clearly, based off of what we saw, that relationship does not seem like it was good. It did not seem like both parties were seeing eye to eye. It's unfortunate, because depending on what we see be done with Ricky Starks and depending on how he conducts himself in NXT, if things go great, right? If Ricky Starks is the model citizen and he's a great talent and shit goes off, people are going to be like, well, why the hell couldn't they get this guy over? Not over. Why couldn't they give this guy a big push? Or why didn't it work out with him in AEW? Like, that is going to be brought up. Of course, that's going to happen down the line once we see what Ricky Starks ends up doing in WWE and how things end up playing out. Yeah, there's a lot in there. And let me tell you, Chinedu, the second we get Ricky Starks and CM Punk in any sort of like moment, just know that somewhere out there, Denise Salcedo is going to be losing her fucking mind.
You got dang right, y'all. First of all, I am excited for that one. That promo, because they have unfinished business, and I feel like those two can pick it up and like not mention AEW. They can mention AEW without mentioning them the perfect way between those two. I'm excited about that. Shout out to WWE. WWE, y'all need to write Denise a check, man, for a creative check right now, man. She's setting up feuds for y'all in advance. Y'all send her some money right now.
I'll take it. I'll take all I can get. All right. We got a super chat here from Arnold Nicholson Jr. This one he had sent earlier, and this was directed for you. He says, for my guy, Chinedu, do you still think Shawn Spears should win the NXT North American title?
First of all, Arnold Nicholson Jr., first of all, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate your contribution to the show. You and all the other super chats are a very valuable part of the show, right? So we appreciate you every week, Arnold, because you pull up every week, man. We appreciate you, bro, all right? Much love. And to answer that question, before tonight, right, I would have said no. And this sounds crazy for me because it's Shawn Spears. But this storyline, and Denise will tell you, they got me. I low-key wasn't expecting Izzy Dan to do that. I texted Denise during that match. I said, I think Stacks is going to turn on Tony. That was my guess. I thought Stacks was going to, because the way they set it up, like, it made me like, okay. And for me, I was getting ready, like, yo, Stacks could be a good North American champion. Build him up. He's somebody we don't really look at, but he has the look. He has the mic skills. He could do it. So they had a red herring in there, and I fell for it. I did. And seeing this with Shawn Spears, seeing the faction now, it makes sense. Before, it really sucked, but now I'm a little convinced, though, and seeing that C4, because the C4 is a good move. I've always said that his finish is cool, and it's a cool name, too. Seeing him do it off that top rope and this whole plan like this, I'm into it, man. Like, this adds some meaning to it. I felt it was pretty clever. It threw me off for weeks, and I was really surprised with this. So I never thought I'd say this, though, but I do hope Shawn Spears wins that title. What is happening, Denise?
Wow, guys. Ricky Starks is in NXT. Chinedu is rooting for Shawn Spears. What is happening? The world is turning upside down.
I don't know, man. Thank you for the question, Arnold, man. Appreciate you, dude. You up here rocking, shaking up things on the show, man. What you doing, Arnold?
Oh, man. What is happening around here? With that being said, since we're on the topic right now, really quickly, what did you think about Ridge Holland and Tony D?
Okay. Even with Rich Holland, like, after all this, I was like, okay, I guess we'll take him as a threat in the. I'll take him as a serious threat in the mid-card division. Sure, not heavy, not world title though. But here, okay, cool, no problem. I felt like they really put time into it. I'll give them that. They put time into making him get booed by the crowd from go away heat to, I guess, decent heat. If I'm Ridge a little bit, I'm like, dang, it kind of sucks though, man. They kind of jobbed him out for the bigger storyline in a way. But hey, it is what it is. I feel he is there.
I love how you're finding all of these other words to use.
Okay.
Look, Tony D'Angelo versus Ridge Holland. Of course, Tony D'Angelo retains his NXT North American title. Yeah. This felt like it felt so short. They kept it very, very brief, where to the point where I'm like, okay, I guess it's for the better. It was primarily, the angle to push forward Shawn Spears' group was really the big thing that they wanted to obviously highlight. And you know what? I thought, dude, at this point, I almost felt like nothing that happened after Ricky Starks necessarily mattered because we already knew what the conversation was going to be. So truthfully, they went out there and all they did was check a couple of boxes, make sure to push that Shawn Spears stable storyline forward, and that was it. They checked the boxes, we're good, and that's about it. We got Terrence Johnson here. Oh wait, I just read that one. My apologies. We got Steve OJ who says the absolute has arrived and congrats on 200K. Steve, thank you so much, and thank you to everybody here who helped contribute to that. You guys have no idea how awesome it felt to hit 200K here on YouTube. So thank you very much. On to the next goal of 300K. But in the meantime, it's going to take a minute to get there. We got John Taylor who says Starks will get me back into NXT. Right now, I think the pros that we have to look forward to for NXT, the things to me, if you were to say, for example, I know John Taylor doesn't always get to watch NXT. If John Taylor or anybody here who doesn't watch NXT said to me, Denise, why should I tune into NXT? These are the things I would say right now. 1, the women's division. 2, the TNA WWE partnership is still something that I think they could press on the gas pedal just a little bit more so we can get a little bit more of those guys in here, which we did have one today and we'll talk about in just a moment. But we could, let's go a little faster. Let's push a little harder. We can get some more names in here. And then 3, now it's the NXT the championship picture really is still not that many guys, but having Obafemi, having Ricky Starks, having Ethan Page, having those bigger names, like you said, we're expecting Trick Williams to pretty much be out the door. So I could include him or I could not. But at least that's starting to shape up just a little bit more. But those are really the 3 things that I would say right now are the selling point for NXT.
I'll agree. Those are very strong points too. And again, John, thank you for super chat, John. I know at some point some people have fell out of NXT, especially when they went through the unicorn vomit era. You remember that logo? It was just
the Fruity Pebbles. I think that's what they were calling
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
But I love me some Fruity Pebbles.
But it was still a weird time. I was like, what's going on here? Where's Johnny Avenue? Everything was different, but I feel what they've done now, the topics you've mentioned, they made such an exciting show to watch. Like, it's like, to me, it is not only must see, but want to see. Like, I'm excited to see what happens on here, whatever. Like you on NXT Fandango's music hit, y'all. What? And he just came out and he's a whole new person. The way they like blur the lines, I feel it's a lot. They're more willing to kind of break the fourth wall and like blur those lines a lot more on NXT than on the main roster a little bit. So I enjoy that a lot too, though. So it's really, really great though. So NXT, I feel must watch TV, and Starks only makes it better for real.
We got Sweet and Sassy Creations here who says Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page when egos collide. I like that. I like that. That could be a title, by the way. Egos collide.
It really can. Oh, name of the next PLE. Egos collide.
There you go. Hey, if it happens, Sweet and Sassy Creations can take credit for that. We got Double S. Thank you, Sweet and Sassy. We got Double S here who says I might have to start watching NXT again. Yo, that's already 2 people here that are saying they're going to give NXT a chance. Just remember, guys, when you give NXT a chance, this is the post show that you tune into because we told you to. We told you to check out NXT. We got Matt Logan here who says Edge, one of his first promos in AEW, verbally went after Ricky for dressing like The Rock. Yeah, that was one of the things that we were sort of remembering. I choose not to remember it. It was funny because I posted yesterday when the Ricky Starks news came out, I posted a tweet with my favorite Ricky Starks moments. I put a picture of him and Brian, him and Punk, him and MJF, right? And someone put, you forgot the moment with him and Adam Copeland. And I was like, fudge, no, I chose to erase that from my memory because I was upset. I was like, bro, I'm a Ricky Starks fan. I'm also an Edge fan, but in this particular moment, I just didn't think that all had to go down. I thought it was a little unfair. But anyways, we got Saif Dan Super here who says, I really hope Ricky Starks is the only AEW free agent WWE signs, but I have a feeling Triple H can't help himself. Ricky should do great, though. Yeah, I have a feeling we will see Malachi Black, Alistair. I have a feeling we will see Miro because at the end of the day, Chin, all of these debuts and returns to the company, they get people talking, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea or something that you may not care about too much. It's still going to get people talking. I've seen people that I didn't really consider like real big names, but the second that they make the jump to AEW or to WWE or whatever, people are reacting like it's the biggest news in the world. And of course, both of the promotions are going to love that, right? Because it's more conversation around your product.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's also a little bit ego thing too, man. It kind of shows that this company dropped the ball on this guy. Let us show you how we can handle this guy, make him a star, i.e. Penta. I mean, that's a prime example right there.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you're looking at it, like all of these people have been treated very nicely. Mostly everybody's been treated very nicely coming in from AEW. So, man, it's, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to go down. We got Tunde Uwad here who says, what's up, guys? Are we seeing Ricky Starks in the championship immediately or let it soak in for a year and go for NXT bout when Oba goes to the roster? Saying, I agree with Chinedu. Immediately, we don't have people to wait on. We literally
ain't got nobody, man.
We got nobody. These are the only cards we got to play right now.
That's it. Listen, after Vengeance Day, Oba ain't got no more opponents. That's it. We are booked to Saturday, y'all. We gotta figure something out. I gotta figure this out right now.
It's so funny because it reminds me of like, when you're kind of nervous to go on a roller coaster and your heart's pounding, you're in line, your palms are a little sweaty, and you're thinking to yourself, like, okay, like, oh, there's probably gonna be like a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we need two people to go, and it's you and the other person, and then you have no choice but to get into the damn ride, and it's like, no, bitch, you're up.
Yeah. Your
That's
time,
what
let's
it
go.
feels like. You've got no choice. Your ass is in. You got no time.
I need some work in the North American division. No. Get your ass. No.
You're in. Let's go. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Tunde. We got John Stamey who says, Denise, you're awesome. Awesome. Fly Eagles flies. You're great. Thank you so much, John, for the love and for the super chat. We got Terrence Johnson who says, Chin, thoughts on the Super Bowl?
First and foremost, thank you so much, Terrence Johnson, for the amazing super chat. We love you guys so much. I am as a diehard Texans fan, and y'all know this from H-Town, I was very happy to see the Kansas City Chiefs get their butts caved in. Okay? It made me so happy to see every interception Mahomes throw. It made me happy to see Travis Kelce put back on the corduroy velvet cream, whatever that was, outfit out of glitter and crumb, whatever that was, crushed velvet outfit, and wear it back to his hotel in defeat because he thought he was going to win. You don't wear that kind of outfit with no other backup outfit without thinking you're going to win for sure. So I was so happy to see it. I hate that DeAndre Hopkins
outfit. What it was like a pajama type of thing. I heard someone say pajama.
It looked like a pajama set though, but like I think it was footage of him going back to his hotel room in the outfit though. But it looked like a going out outfit. Like I'm finna party, have a good time because I want Super Bowl. It was that kind of outfit. I think so.
Like the burnt orange.
Yeah, it's like you see him. It's like you wore that outfit knowing you was gonna win. That's not an outfit that you're gonna put on. Well, we'll see what happens. That's an outfit like I know we're finna win. I'm confident in the win. Me and Taylor finna party, have a good time. That's what he.
He can still party and have a good time.
I mean, he still can. At the end of the day, like he has 3 championships. He's a millionaire and sells with his girlfriend, and so he's still happy though. But overall, I'm happy to see Kansas City not three-peat, and also made me very happy to see the Dallas Cowboys watch their division rival win a championship. So it was great.
I lost out on $1,000 when the Chiefs hit that extra Super Bowl. The extra touchdown, excuse me. The last touchdown that they hit, I lost $1,000. Had the score stayed exactly what it was before that, I would have won $1,000, Chin. I was so upset.
I wish it would have too, because that 22-40 thing, no, that's empty calories though, man. That game was 34-0 for the most part. I know it was not close, y'all. It was a blowout game. If you didn't see it, don't fall for that score, that 40-22. No, it was like 34-0 for a minute. They was getting their butts caved in. All right, but appreciate you, Terrence. Happy that they lost.
Terrence. We got Double S here who says, Chin, putting your kids to bed is no excuse for being late. Denise has 7 kids and she was on time. Exactly, Chin.
What do you want me to do, guys? I can't help it, guys. I got a 7-year-old. I got a 10-month-old, man. The 10-month-old is teething. I put the baby to bed.
You have 7 kids, Chinedu. 7.
I mean, no, but didn't you really have 7? What are their names? Quick.
Julio, Juan, James. Julio, Juan, James, Jeremiah, Anita, Frank, and Stephanie. I was just trying to think of names that people would expect my children to be named.
Julio.
Julio. I was like, I don't know. I was on a row with the J names. Oh, man. Hey, you don't judge my 7 kids' names, Chinedu. Man. Alrighty, guys. Great. I already forgot my kids' names. If you were to ask me to repeat that list, I already forgot all of them. I just remember Stephanie. And Julio,
that's it.
Al and James. I did have James. I don't remember the rest of them. I already forgot my kids' names. We got Matt Logan here who says, Starks just won Defy title. last Saturday. He had the match with Kenta. That's what it was, and that was February 7th. All right, we got Stephen Marchuli here who says, "Who should Ricky have his first dude be with first? Who should be his first match? I imagine." Yeah. It's probably just gonna be like anybody that he can just go out there and beat, like whoever. Throw someone in there, and it could be pretty much anybody at this point. We got William Buhner here who says AEW has great wrestling, but Ricky will thrive. Now, Ricky's not a bad wrestler, by the way. He's very entertaining. Like he's checks all the boxes. Like he can have good matches. He's got the charisma. He's got the promo skills. He's got a great sense of style. He has his little I don't know what you call it. The little hand gesture thing that he does. So we know that shit like that works. He's already got in his little the absolutes, the moniker. He's fully packaged. He's fully packaged. Now you just got to run with it and do something.
Yeah, I agree.
We got Dan Jackson here who says Absolute Hayes Jameson is going to be his new name. No, I think he did come out and say he was Ricky Starks, by the way. He did say his name. We got Dan Ludstead here. Thank you so much, Dan, for the generous super chat. Dan says, I can't believe that an AEW pillar is gone. I have no high hopes for anymore for AEW. I still do. They got a shit ton of talent on their roster, guys. Again, we don't know what went down with AEW and Ricky Starks behind the scenes. And as I said earlier, there's two sides to every story. It's going to be he said, she said. And in this case, he said, probably. And it's just, it's unfortunate that things went down the way it did because you wanted that whole time that Ricky Starks was away from TV. That sucks. You obviously want to go on TV. Who knows what he was thinking about in his head? And I remember when he was booked, not even to mention, I almost forgot to mention this, when he was about to do the GCW stuff, and then he got pulled from the GCW matches. Yeah. I remember thinking damn, that really sucks. Granted, there was a lot more drama at that time going on between GCW and AEW, but still, look, my hopes are still high for AEW. And this is just, one guy right now. But again, it's just, I hope we don't continue to see more of this. I hope that I hope people are able to set their differences aside and work together. I think that's the big thing that we have seen, because I feel like I've talked about this, like even with CM Punk, we had said had they been able to make business happen, then they wouldn't have lost CM Punk, right? And then this is, again, who knows what went down with Ricky and with Tony and AEW and all of that.
Oh, shout out to Dan for the dub, though, man. Much love, man. Appreciate you.
We got Stephen Marchuli here who says feud Ricky versus who? All right. Well, let me go ahead and pull up this roster here. Let me think about some names that we can feed to Ricky Starks. All right, this is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna go down the NXT male roster list, and you tell me, Chinedu, you just say feed him or don't feed him to Ricky Starks. Here we go. Andre Chase.
Feed him.
Acton, he's a tag team champion, so I will throw him name there. Bronco's also part of a tag team. Brooks Jensen.
Feed him.
Channing Stacks Lorenzo.
Feed him.
Charlie Dempsey.
He's the leader of Dokor. Oh,
feed him.
Feed him. Yeah, I said feed him. Yeah, feed him. Yeah, feed him. Yeah.
Eddie Thorpe.
Feed him. Feed him twice.
Ethan Page. They can tell a story. They don't have to feed him there. They can tell a story. Idris Sanofi, part of a tag team, but you can still Hank Walker, part of a tag team. Javier Bernal. Man, I haven't seen anything from Javier Bernal. I forgot he was on NXT.
I forgot he was there too. Feed him. Yeah, I forgot he was there.
All right, Javon Evans. No, probably not. They'll probably keep them away. Joe Coffey. He's part of it. What's he even doing? Okay. Josh Briggs, part of a tag team right now. Yeah. Okay. Lexis King, champion. So I could see them sort of resurfacing something there.
Yeah, I will stall that out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, Luca Crucifino.
Feed him.
Lucian Price. He's part of a tag team. But feed him. Okay, Malik Blade, part of a tag team. Mark Coffey, pretty much part of tag team. Myles, Nathan. I don't know what's going on with Myles. What's going on with Myles Borne? Am I forgetting about Myles Borne? Okay. Nathan Frazier, Noam Dar was out for injury. Then there's Obafemi, your champion, or Amenza. You can have a match there. Feed him to Ricky Starks. Rich Holland, feed him. Riley Osborne, they can have a fun match. That could be something special with Riley. That could actually be a feud with Ricky that can actually maybe propel Riley a little bit higher up on that NXT roster. Help him out. Yeah. Shawn Spears, your boy, Chin.
Ooh, feed him. Yeah, man. Feed him, man.
Ledger's part of a tag team. Tavion tag team. Tony D'Angelo.
Feed him.
Trick Williams.
Oh, no. Wait, hey, listen,
if
Rick.
He's out the door. I don't see a problem with him losing to Ricky Starks.
Only if he's for sure out the door, though. If he's still gonna be there, no. Because listen, Rick. I like you too, man.
Last feud, Trick and Ricky.
You know, and it could work if Ricky sends Trick away, but it has to be like, let's say, like a loser leaves NXT and Ricky wins or something like that to help get more heat on him. But he has to banish Trick if they do feud.
Are you saying it's a little tricky?
So I see. Y'all see what she did there? Do y'all see how she did that? I see what you did.
I was waiting for you to pause so that I could throw that in there.
I was like, whoa. I see what you did there, man. Nice little dad joke. I'll rock with him.
We also have Tyreek, Tyson, DuPont. Let me see. Wesley.
Ooh, that could be a good one.
No, that could be a nice little feud between Wesley and Ricky Starks. All right. And then Wolfgang, and that's it, guys. That's your NXT men's division. At least the ones that are listed on the roster page.
That is a weak roster, man. God, dog, man. They need more people on there ASAP.
Yeah, man. All right. Tiger Claw says Tricky Ricky. Oh, man. I'm going to have fun with that. All right, let's see. And we are now with Steve Soundwave 80s here, who says, do you think Miro will come back to WWE? I think he will. I think he looks better than he did when he was in WWE. At least the last time I saw him, he looked physique incredible. Like someone said earlier, I don't think Triple H will be able to help himself. And again, it generates buzz whenever someone does return or anything like that. So I'm going to say yes. What about you, Chin?
Oh, I will. Him and Aleister Black will be back. They're going to be back.
Saif Dunn Super says Tony D feels like an 8th year senior in college.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, shit. I feel bad, but I also agree. John Taylor says Juan was named after me, Shirley. Hey, take it. You're the godfather. Corey MacArthur here says an absolute NXT post show. And finally, Ricky Starks has come to WWE. Chen and Den, what's a good with you? NXT men's division equals absolute and a revolution. Yeah, man, I cannot wait. I'm very excited about this. Corey, thank you so much for the super chat, man. All right. With that being said, we got to get into we got to get into another big conversation here, by the way, because there was another what I thought was originally going to be the biggest topic here on the post show is everything that went down with Bayley and Cora Jade and Roxanne and Julia. So let me summarize what went down here really quickly. All right. Cora Jade gets a big win over Bayley. She might be able to thank Roxanne Perez for that, though, because Roxanne did come out and distract. It wasn't a distraction finish, but she did come out and distract Bayley for a bit there because she came out dressed up as Bayley. And so Cora Jade gets this win. And then backstage, we see Ava whispering to Julia something. Ava then comes out and it is revealed that Cora Jade has been added to the match at Vengeance Day. So we are now going to be seeing a fatal 4-way match in this. Does this change any of the outcome for you in this match now that we're going to see Julia defend her title against Bayley, Roxanne, and Cora?
It makes me concerned that Julia might lose her title in her first real defense, because the way it's looking, the storyline doesn't even really involve her that much. She's only because she's the champion of the match. There's been no promos, no build-up, no in-ring segments. It's all really revolved around Bayley versus Roxanne, and also whether or not the backstory of that one is are Cora Jade and Roxanne still cool? That's the backstory to the main story. And then there's Julia, and I think Julia's great and all that though. But I was always concerned about when she won the title, how would they book her? How would they present her? How would they get her over with the crowd? Because these other women that are on the roster, they're already over with the crowd, though. So it's like you have to make sure that you put her in there in a really good way to make her look like a dominant champion or something. Like, have her come out here and let everybody out. Do something to make her look like she means something right now, because as of now, she's kind of like back fodder in the world title picture, and she's the world champion. That sucks.
Yeah, I don't want to see Julia lose in this match because again, like you said, it's her first defense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I mean, look, it would be very exciting if we were to see Bayley all of a sudden become NXT Women's Champion, but then the chances are not, I guess, as high. It is possible. Don't get me wrong. It's very possible. Cora Jade, you could, finally go with her being the champion. We've been waiting for this for a long time. But you don't have to do it right now. You can still wait a little bit longer. And then, of course, Roxanne, she just had her long title reign. She's good. So I do see this as a world where Julia does retain her title. Again, it would be kind of messed up to see her lose the title so quickly. But this was very enjoyable. Bayley telling Roxanne that this is the best she's ever looked. What did she call her? You ugly idiot. Oh, that was great. And I was laughing so hard at that. So hard. But yes, the story between what is going on exactly with Roxanne and Cora. Are they friends? Are they not friends? I was under the assumption that friendship was over after the attacks and everything that had gone down. But then this week, it kind of seems like they were, I don't know, they weren't necessarily besties, but they also weren't completely enemies.
Yeah, I like how it went too, and I liked how I'm looking at it from the athletic mentality too. Cora Jade might be cool with Roxanne just long enough for me to win this women's title. I feel like it was a stalemate, if you will, somewhat though, because she did swing on her last week. She swung on her last week though, so I'm not gonna forget about that part. But I do feel that I loved Roxanne's entrance. I love when I heard the classic Bayley music. I was like, no, is she gonna do it? And she came out, and I was like, I love it, like, because to see Roxanne again as his heel. Because if you know her in real life, and like I've met her, no in real life, we're not best friends up, hung out a few times and like that, mutual friends and all that. If you know who she's in real life, she's a very sweet girl, like genuinely a sweet, nice girl, like hi, very mannerable. She will never be rude to anybody and like that. And to see her be that person and then transform to this on camera is amazing, y'all. And I really feel like this feud between her and Bayley, I feel like there's so much room to get deep and personal, like a Punk McIntyre feud. I feel like this will be her like main roster debut. I really feel like this should be her feud for like, maybe not for the rest of the year though, but I feel like these two could go at it through WrestleMania, and I'll be entertained between her and Roxanne and Bayley, because they're good on the mic, the jabs, the personal feelings. I've never seen someone get this annoying rise out of Bayley in a long time, and I really like that.
Yeah, I do too. And I think people want to see a lot more. Like people want to see, this one-on-one with Bayley and with Roxanne. They want to see everything. Bayley and Cora. I'm sorry. Bayley and Cora too. Bayley and Julia. Roxanne and Cora. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this dance. We got Heidi Ho here who says, "Has anyone mentioned Nikita during the camel toe clutch?" Oh, we are not going there. Heidi Ho, what are you doing, man? Thank you for the super chat, but I am not touching that. All right, we got Obafemi, A-Town Down Under. Really the gist of this here is that A-Town Down Under. We're looking like there's going to be another tease for a possible split. They both want the NXT championship, and they're both willing to do it at all costs from the looks of it. And I think this is just going to be Obafemi basically like running both of these two guys down. He is going to be in a triple threat match against both of them at Vengeance Day.
I agree. I see like a Three Stooges type of fumble between Austin and Grayson, and Oba capitalizes, probably pins them both and wins.
We also had the tag team match with Inamura, Briggs, Hank Walker, Tank Williams, Tavion Heights, and Myles Borne. Triple threat for the triple threat tag team match. Excuse me. This was fun. This was very, very fun. I felt like they looked absolutely great. All the teams looked good. I love that Josh Briggs and Inamura got the win. I had been sort of waiting for Josh Briggs to sort of get a little something on the show, considering that he did have one of the best matches at NXT from WrestleMania weekend last year.
Yeah, I agree. and especially too, I like how they're highlighting different teams. Like different teams are becoming number one contenders now. It's not the same team over and over again like we've come used to in the past. Although I was pulling for Hank and Tank. I'm not gonna lie, I was pulling for him to win though, but I'm happy that we have somebody.
I sold you on Hank and Tank.
You did, because I feel like they're like Edge and Christian meets Heavy Machinery. You know what I mean? I like them. I really do enjoy their charisma and things like that, though. But I'm happy for Josh Briggs because the same thing. Like, I feel like he's been there for a while and like he needs something. I'm glad he's getting like something to kind of show that I belong here because he's really good in that ring. So I'm excited for the match. Fraxim always puts on a good show, so I can't wait to see the match.
Earlier, I had said that we could put the pedal to the metal a little bit more with the WWE TNA partnership. We did get somebody, of course, a former WWE wrestler, but also currently with TNA, and that is the former Fandango, who's going as JDC. He had a match against Lexis King for the NXT Heritage Cup, and finally, we don't have the boring rules that we used to have before. Now it's pretty much a straightforward match now, and this was definitely the best. It made such a huge difference. I was into the match. I was so happy that we got to see JDC back in the ring with Lexis King. I thought this was the best Lexis King match we've seen all across the board. This is why we were excited about the partnership with TNA and WWE, because we get things like this. And this was just a little snippet, right? Because we're still expecting. I think we have a lot more higher hopes.
I agree, and I don't know if they want Lexis King to be heel, but listen, you can't make me boo Lexis King after he just changed these rules to the Heritage Cup match, man. Listen, you can't make me boo this man after that because I was tired. Listen, big sleep during the matches usually. Okay, I get good sleep. I was like, okay. Maybe when it wakes up though. Real quick, Denise, if your mommy asks, because I don't watch TNA that much, what does JDC stand for?
It's but it's something Curtis. Hold on, let me just make sure because I was just what do you call it? I always think it's like James. Hold on. Let me just make sure, though. Or Jason, something. I forget. Curtis Jonathan. There you go. Johnny. So his real name is Curtis Jonathan Hussey, but it's Johnny Dango Curtis. There you go. That's the full extent of it.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Johnny Dango Curtis. It's a mouthful. That's why it's just JDC.
Yeah.
All right. Zarya and Nikita Lyons had a very, very brief match here. Zarya defeats Nikita, but there really wasn't too much of this. But I kind of liked Zarya just going out there and wiping out Nikita, though. That I was here for.
I was too. I love Nikita. I love her charisma. First of all, her giving herself the nickname Big Cat Kita in the promo, I was like, this girl has charisma.
That was funny.
That was cool. Yeah, I was like, you girl, she good. She's good. She's so much charisma. But I was happy that Zarya got the win. I really want Zarya booked. I want her booked as a girl that, first of all, doesn't talk much, doesn't have many friends. So, I mean, it's still weird because she talks so. It sounds weird, like a human. You know what I mean? It's too.
You want her to sound like a monster.
Yeah, like I say a few words. I just hurt people. I want that because she looks like she would do that. Yeah, like she sounds so. She has such a nice voice, like a very sweet voice, whatever though. But I'm happy she came out there. She dominated. That's what I wanted. And she needed someone like Nikita, who's also, more of a more stacked, opponent. Someone that's not, a little, frail opponent. She needs someone who was like on her level, who looked like they're really competitive. Nikita had a good, I want her to have a better showing though, because I do like Nikita. I feel like she kind of got jobbed out a bit though. But again, sadly, because Nikita's been out for so long because of injury, the wave of women has kind of progressed, things like that. So I don't know where she stands on the card. Happy she's on TV though. But I felt the right person still won, even though I do love Nikita. You're still cool, Kita, but yeah.
Do you not know where you stand in your sex life? Are you jobbing out? Make sure that you're definitely not, especially with Valentine's around the corner. Get yourself some Blue Chew. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Link in the description box below. What is up, everyone? All right, make sure you guys get Blue Chew. The link is in the description box below.
Wait a minute. No, we are not about to give Hold on, DWO. Hold on, y'all. Did y'all hear the first of all? Who tapping out? Hilarious. Did she say hard times make better men? Did she use the Dusty quote?
Yes, I did.
Listen, y'all. Y'all get that Blue Chew, y'all. That shit was good. I said, what?
Hard times breed better men. Am I lying?
Oh my God.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Oh.
I just keep bringing them.
I remember that promo too, man.
I just speak in promo now. Oh man.
Shout out to Dusty Rhodes, man, for this.
You got Dan Jackson, by the way, who says, damn, Ricky posted the Kendrick photo on his story. Oh, he did? That's pretty funny. That picture is hilarious. Thank you, Dan, for letting us know. Mr. Acosta said, Denise, you at 200K. Congrats. Thank you so much, Mr. Acosta. Thank you to everybody who obviously, subscribes to the channel. And please, if you haven't yet, don't be shy. Click that subscribe button and come check out the shows, especially if this is your first time here and if you enjoyed what you saw. But with that being said, everybody, there it is. He did post it. Good sense of humor. Alrighty, guys. With that being said, that is our NXT post show for today. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Reg and I will be here for AEW Dynamite watch along and post show. This Friday, come spend your Valentines with me. I will be doing a SmackDown watch along and a solo SmackDown review. So don't leave me hanging, guys. Make sure you guys come on in for that. Saturday, I will be here pretty much all freaking day, okay? I am going to be streaming the watch-along for NXT Vengeance Day. Then it's the post-show. Chinedu, I'm assuming you're going to be there, right, for the NXT Vengeance Day post-show?
I will be here.
Perfect. Chinedu will be here for the NXT Vengeance Day post show. Immediately after that, we'll get into AEW Grand Slam Australia. And then Reg will be joining me for that, and we'll do the post show. So it'll be a straightforward stream that will be going on for several hours. So if you guys want to come hang out for that, please do. It'll be a great time. So I hope to see you guys there for that. And that's it for me. Chinedu, what do you got going on?
First of all, Jesus, Denise, man, that is a hard-working woman in wrestling, y'all. That is gonna be a long stream, y'all. Y'all pull up and support Denise, man. Lots of love, man. She's a true dedicated, y'all. That's a long. I'm doing the math right now. You got to go to bed right now, Denise, to make up. You got rest for all that. That's a lot of work, but if anybody can do it, it is our fearless leader, Denise Salcedo, who would just hit 200K subscribers, y'all. Congrats again, Denise. That is a huge, huge, huge deal. 200,000 people saw your work and said, I'm in. That's a big deal, okay? Huge deal. You be very proud of yourself. I hope you get 300,000 very soon, okay? I'm believing you're going to get 1 million. I'm believing that because you are one of the very best that I know, Salcedo. Our fearless leader.
My goal is 1 million by the time I'm 40. So I still got 8 years.
Yeah. Y'all don't listen. Y'all, Denise is 22. Y'all don't believe her. She lied about her age to be able to get us. She's 22. Y'all don't believe it.
Yes, 40 by a million by 40 is the goal, but oof, that's gonna take a while.
You got it. But for stuff, whatever, my tour dates are set, y'all. I'll be in Fort Worth February 28th at the Big Laugh Comedy Club. I'll be at the Houston Improv May 1st. I'll be in San Antonio, Texas at the Upstage Comedy Lounge on May 31st. I'll be in Cypress, Texas at the Sci-Fi Visual Performing Arts Center July 26th. And then I'll be in Pasadena, Texas at Winners Comedy Club on August 2nd. The rest of the dates, including at LA, Atlanta, New Orleans, will be added very soon. In the meantime, if you've never seen me do stand-up comedy before, go to my YouTube channel right now. I have all 4 of my stand-up comedy specials available right now for free on my YouTube channel. If you want to watch them right now, it is All or Nothing. My name is Chinedu, Laughter is Healing, and Expect Delays. My stand-up comedy special. I have 4 of them, guys. I'm a stand-up comedian, for those that don't know. Watch them for free right now on my YouTube channel. Other than that, be sure to support this channel, guys, because it just hit 200K followers. It's a very big deal. Watch the streams, pull up and support. Thank you for all the super chats. Watch all of her interviews right now. She has some great content right now. I'm still catching up on Royal Rumble stuff, guys. So it's so much stuff to watch on there. It's a lot of content. Denise posts things every day. So come here every single day. Press play. Just press that repeat button. Boom, 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 boom. Play in the background all day. Share with your friends. Overall, don't be a dick. Give it a click. And that's it.
Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.